Now, there's one other part of factoring that we haven't covered, and I call it the shortcuts. Now, of course, you're not going to see it in your book called the shortcuts, but that's what I call it. You can use them to multiply polynomials, and you can use them to divide polynomials. The first one is our factor polynomials. The first one is a plus b quantity squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. The second one is a minus b quantity squared, and that's equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. They essentially the same. All you do is the minus sign here goes there. Everything else is the same. Number 3 is a squared minus b squared, and that's equal to a plus b times a minus b. Now these two we're not going to use a lot in this section, but I'll go ahead and write it down. And this one is a cubed plus b cubed is equal to a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared, and a cubed minus b cubed is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. And these are what I call the 5 shortcuts. Now, if you're multiplying polynomials, you're going this way with the shortcuts. So that's multiplying. Whatever section you covered multiplying in, that's the way they go. Or distributive law. What's the opposite of distributive law? Factoring. So factoring, and I'm going to take another color here, we'll use red. Factoring is the opposite way. All right, so write those down. You got them all written down? Okay, 5. Okay, go ahead and get number 5. And I'm going to give you an example of one that you can factor using the shortcut. Here's one right here. X squared plus 4x plus 4. Now the way that you look for these type of trinomials are you have to have a perfect square. Perfect square at the beginning and a perfect square at the end. And then you have to take the square root of the first term, the square root of the second term, multiply it by 2, take them, multiply them together, multiply them by 2, and then that's your middle term. So what is the square root of x squared? What's the square root of 4? 2. What's 2 times 2 times x? 4x. So this is a perfect square. Okay. So what you do is you take the square root of this term, square root of this term, and you plug them into this. So my answer is x plus 2 quantity what? Squared there. And you're done. Another one. X squared minus 6x plus 9. Which shortcut is it? Well, you have to look. Which one has trinomials? Well, let's see. This one has a trinomial. This one has a trinomial. Does number 3 have a trinomial? No. No. This one has a trinomial, but it's got a binomial with it, so it's not these two. So your only possibilities is number 1 and number 2. Which one is minus? Number 2. So it's number 2. What's the square root of x squared? X. What's the square root of 9? 3. And then, that's it.
Okay.
And that's how you do the shortcuts. And they will save you a whole lot of time with factoring.